this video, we're going to find out what happens when Wally dies and the game is over. And one more go. That's what happens. It's the end for Wally. Although technically we actually have more videos coming, but this is the end condition for Wally when he dies. Let's get started. I lost the audio for the first section, so apologies for that. But this is just a setup for the main work in the video. The first part of this section is the time and score and lives updater, and that's going to allow the game controller to easily update the UI elements on the HUD. The score increment code had a wee bit of a complexity in it. While we add points for objects dropped, there's also points added for how much time is left on the clock, and we also have to reset the clock each time a piece has been dropped off. Finally, the Wally RIP prefab. This is just a static image that's going to get displayed when the main character runs into an enemy or hits the deck from a long fall. This is where I bring back in my thinking here. So right now we've got a bit of an issue because the level builder does too much work and we need to pass some of that onto the game controller. Now we've done all the HUD work, but this is the bit where we detect and we respond to the collisions of the player. And right now this is a bit of a problem, this bit here. I don't want the Wally instance to be in this class because it makes it kind of gluing the classes together here. So I'm just going to have to rethink about this and play about with it, but essentially we want to bring out the Wally instance from here and put it inside the game controller so that we can do things with it. So first things first, Wally gets killed and we need to spawn that other player. So our Wally instance here, we're gonna have to instead of Wally instance being on this one, we're gonna take it out and put it inside the game controller. So we'll do that one first. So where's our Wally instance? This might break everything, but that's okay, we can fix it. Now we just need to find Wally instance, which is in here somewhere. Okay, here we go. So we get rid of Wally instance from here. I'm just going to comment it out just now, and that will break all the code in here, and then I will add it to this class here, and then you can see that we've got a whole bunch of broken things here. So this is inside our update. So our update then has to check to see if we have these values, temporary attributes, objects add. Right, so that's got to be, we have to expose that from here. So we'll do public Wally mob, Wally instance, and then we can do game instance dot Wally instance, and then this is why you put in brackets here. Okay, and then that solves all that problem there. And then the next one, I'll get my red one up there. What have we ever read? Oh, okay. It's just right. And then this one here, prepare car drops. So I'll grab another another of that. So we do our Wally instance equals that. And then that solves all that problem. And then for our describe room, I don't think we need to destroy that, but we should tell the game controller to destroy it. So we'll do that. Destroy Wally. And we'll take this out here. And then we'll put this inside here. So we'll do public destroy Wally. And that's that. So that'll kill Wally there. And then what else we got? We got stuff down here as well. So Wally instance is this. So we don't want to create that. We want to create an instance of Wally in the other one. So we want to say public void create Wally. But we want to pass in the start. So start is a vector 3. And that's that. And then we can do so we need Wally start, so let's start there, and then we need the prefab itself. So we should take the prefab out of here. We'll do that in just a sec. And then this one here, obviously we get Wally instance.pickup object. We need to do game controller.instance.Wally instance.pickup object, and then that'll fix that. And so the only one that's left is our mob, which is over here. So we get our Wally mob here. So we'll take that out. So that gets rid of that. And then we'll put that inside here. And go back to our game. Or go back to the editor, I should say. So inside game controller we now have our Wally mob, and we have our dead Wally as well. So we get dead Wally there, and we have Wally here. Right, and we can get rid of dead Wally because he should be part of the scene anyway. And what else needs to change? Is there something else here? No, I think that's okay. And then level builder. Okay. I think that's everything. And oh yeah, we need to do game controller.instance.create Wally. Wally start. There you go. And that will then create a new instance of Wally. Now, no, that's okay. That's okay. I had a thought about maybe we should actually get the game controller to this, but I'm okay with the level builder telling it to create this, because you're loading the map essentially, and that's what kind of kickstarts the whole process. So let's give it a run. Okay, everything looks okay. Move into the next room. Wally's doing that. Wally's doing that. Okay. So what happens when Wally dies? So when Wally dies, well, when he gets hit by an enemy, Wally killed. Right now it does nothing. So what we need to do is we need to tell it that the game state has changed. So we say game state. Wally dead. So we need to add that. Wally dead. And now we need to kill Wally. So we need to destroy Wally and create a new instance of this one here. So we'll take a snapshot of where the player is. So the position is Wally instance dot transform dot position, and then destroy Wally. Actually, it would be unregister Wally, destroy Wally, Where's that getting? Actually, where does that get called? Oh, that gets called. Oh wait, does that get called? Hold on. Maybe we get it for free. That would be nice. So in our Wally mob, do we have an on destroy? Oh, perfect. There we go. Remove listener. Oh wait. That's register Wally, but it doesn't unregister that listener there. Aha! There's a bit of a bug. So let's fix that just now. So we get register Wally, and then we have unregister Wally. Oh, remove all listeners. Oh, that's weird. Why would I do that? Instance dot unregister Wally. Why was that private? Oh, okay, because it was inside there. All right. Really, that's what we want to do. Is we want to unregister Wally, and that can get done in the on destroy, which is good. So that's removing all that. So we do get that for free. That's good. So we don't need to unregister Wally. We just need to destroy. We just need to destroy him. Okay. So when, so where are we? We've got our Wally killed. Okay, so destroy Wally. So we just need to destroy him. And then we want to do dead Wally instance equals instantiate dead Wally prefab and all the usual stuff. And then we want to generate a field for that as well. And then while it's dead, death wait equals death wait time. And then death wait time, we'll give it a generous 1 second. Okay, 1F, and then we'll say where are we? Start update. So game state dot dead death wait time. Wait, what? Oh yeah. Generate field. Death wait time minus equals time dot delta time. If death wait time is less than or equal to 0, what we want to do is we want to recreate Wally. So we do create Wally, but we don't know where he is in the level. So in our level builder, we do know that. So if I do get Wally start, oh, where's this getting called from? I'm going to create a Wally start position equals that. Wally start position. And then I'm going to create a property called Wally start position. And then what I can do is inside here, I can basically do a copy of what we do to get the start position and set everything up and everything. So, which is all of this here. So, all I need to do to create Wally is I need the start position, and I can get that from. Oh yeah, I need to destroy Wally. Actually, no. What I'm doing is I'm destroying everything. So I wanted to destroy Wally. I probably don't actually need that when I'm thinking about it. Wally death instance. What's it called? Wally dead Wally instance. That's the one. Yeah, I want to get rid of that one, and then I just want to reload the level. So level builder, and then this is change room. So I want to override this. I know I just want to describe the room, don't I? Yeah, there you go. Public describe room. So it clears all that kind of stuff and redraws everything. Is that right? Is that what happens? Let's have a look at Fuse. Luckily we have a version of the game here. So open. Okay, and so if I delete, if I jump here and go boonk. Okay, it does, it just resets. So that's what we need to do, is just reset the room. Perfect. So I want to do that, and then I want to do level builder dot describe room. And that will remove everything. Including if I delete, if I destroy Wally, it will then unregister and do all that kind of good stuff. And yeah, so is this getting called anywhere? Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, it's still getting called there. Right. Okay. So, moment of truth, I guess, is we give this a little whirl, and see what happens. Yeah. Okay. Oh, there you go. Well, it partially worked. Definitely didn't like something. Oh, I definitely didn't like something. Okay. So I think that describe room is not doing what it should be doing, which is not good. So okay, let me do some debugging, and I'll come back. I think it's actually very simple. I haven't tried this yet, but so you die at this point, but I haven't reset what the state is. So if we go to our update, so we can start, update, blah 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 blah, and then if we get to this point here, we need to then set state.state equals normal gameplay. I think that'll just fix everything. He said, hopefully. Who knows? That should work? Question mark? Alright, so that resets there, and there we go. Boom. Oh, it is actually quite impossible to... in fact, it almost exclusively die. That's not good. Yeah, I think we're going to have to decrease that hitbox, or else we're not going to be able to get past it. So let's do that. So our hitbox is 7. Let's make it 4. And then that way you've got a kind of fighting chance to try and get past this. So let's try this. Apparently not. Boy, it just taps it, doesn't it? Okay, my guess is we need to change that. Okay, no, let's make this 2. I think that it's because the Wally player is too much, but I'm loath to change it. But I feel like I'm going to have to. Oh, well, there you go. Got by it. Yeah, that's too difficult though. That's far too difficult. Also, that computer thing is running way too slow. It's running at the same speed as the other ones. And it shouldn't. I think it should be a little bit faster. Also, I think it should wait as well when it gets to the end there. Oh, darn it. Luckily I've got infinite lives. Also, when you die, we need to put the piece back as well. Too late with that one. Too early. I think I'm going to make that a 1 in there, and then that way, even if you clip it, it should be okay. Let's see if that works a bit better. Alright, okay, that feels a little bit better. Let's see about jumping to the left here. Okay. Oh no, I'm on autopilot when I get in there. Oh, that's... Have I introduced that bug then? Yep. Yep, just introduced a bug. Darn it. So that bug was introduced by me. CD projects, CD. Let's see what the differences are. So it was introduced in Wally Mob. So if I do so this was it. It was unregistered in here, which was the remove listener move changed. And that was changed on register Wally. Wally remove all listeners. That's removing listener move change. Oh, but it's not removing. Ah, I see. Because it's this. Where's the event? Jump player here and move player here. So really it should be unregistering those events rather than that. Okay. So if we go to Wally Mob, our death one should be, instead of that, it should actually be game controller dot instance dot Move player dot remove all listeners. Controller dot instance dot jump player dot remove all instances. So all listeners, sorry. So that should fix that problem. Because what was happening, you can't see it, but I can feel it, is when you move to the next screen, it just keeps going to the left. No, still happening. Yeah, so when you change screen, it just keeps moving, which is not good. I will need to try and figure that out, and I will see you in just a second. The good thing is I found out what the problem is. The bad thing is I don't like the solution. But here we have. To do, is this going to be a problem? There is no unregister. I'm just going to add that note there and then see what happens after. But it's working now. I did also add an invincible tag to Wally, or flag I should say, not tag. So I'm just going to turn that back on now, and hopefully that should be Wally getting killed by the enemies. Actually, there is one more enemy I need to add as well. So if I tap that here, you can jump over that, and that's good. Boom, but he's killed there. Okay, we need to have those bad things as well. So we've got our computer here as well. So we'll add, just add a circle collider for that as well, and we'll make that 1 as well. And then that, oh yeah, we need to also tag that as kill. And then the other thing is our where are we? They're in here, aren't they? Conveyors, cars, static kill objects. Okay, so the static kill objects here. Again, I will. It's a box collider I've got in here. Maybe that's not a good idea, but okay. So the size of that will be 2 by 2. That's fine. Give you plenty of room there, and then we also need to mark. Well, it's already tagged as kill, and then the kettle should be the same as well. So we'll mark that as 2 by 2, and that should be kill as well. So hopefully the kettle in the BP can will kill us now. So let's give that a go. Oh, well, that's killed us already. Good grief. Alright, okay. And walk in the BP can. Nope. Because it's not a trigger, probably. Should be a trigger. Box collider 2D. And then the same thing for the petrol can. That should also be a trigger as well. Okay. And then let's give it another go. There we go. And then we walk into BP. Boom, dead. Okay. Oh. Now, there is one other thing as well, and that is when you die on a platform, you are actually you actually fall to the ground. It's a bit much, to be honest. I don't think I'm going to implement it, just because I don't know, slows the game down a bit. Feel free to implement it yourselves though if you want. Dead. So the other thing we need to fix is the attribute clash as well. That needs sorted. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now as well. Is Wally? I think he's supposed to be. Yeah, Is he yellow or white? I can't remember now. I think he's yellow. Okay, I can sort that out in a sec. So there's another few bits and pieces we need to get to get this right. Oh, the other thing is the lives. as well. So if you die, so Wally killed, and then we need to do game state dot lives game state dot lives. That if game state dot lives equals 0, then we're in a pickle. We need to do game state dot state equals game state dot game over. So we'll do that there. Game over. Only killed. So if we're in that state, we're not doing anything here, so we're not in this point here. What do we actually do? Let's consult the book of knowledge and bring up our Wally game here. So we'll just run into this bonk. Yeah, so he's yellow, and then we need to get the RIP has got to be there. Okay, so it says the end. Press any key to continue. Okay, so we'll need to do that. Actually, take it you still got the score there. So if I jump over there, jump over here, and I can never get that one these days. Why is that? Okay, so we've got 100 there. So drop off here. Oop, boonk. There we go. So still have 100 points. Oh yeah, I need to reset the air as well when you die. Okay, so it still stays, the score still stays up there. Car 0 though, that's weird. Oh, okay. I guess it's car 0 then. Right, okay, so car 0. And then we need to reset the air as well. So when the player death wait time destroy, blah 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 blah, and then normal gameplay. So we need to bring the air back to that. So that is going to be time. What's it called? Clock. That's the word. Clock equals minute and a half. So we reset the clock to a minute and a half. Once you come back alive, and when you're dead, we just need to put up the end screen. So we'll get that sorted out. I'm going to cheat with that. I'm just going to make a copy of the screen and then display that. Actually, maybe we can just do it as a load. We can load it in as a level and then display it that way. Maybe that works actually. Yeah, I think I might do that. What else do we need to do? So we also need to sort the attributes as well. So our attributes need to get sorted out. So okay, let me add that to my list. Attributes for RIP, and then the game over screen. Okay, right, I'm going to get cracking on with that. Well, this bit here, we still have the Wally instance, but if the Wally instance is dead, then we still need to be able to show that. So I need to add some code in here to display it, because if I run the game, I'll show you what I mean. If I run the game, then when the player gets killed by one of the objects, you see that it doesn't quite show up there. So I need to solve that. So I'm going to do that just now. And the way I'm going to do that is if it's, so instead of Wally instance, I'm going to put Wally death instance. Where's the dead instance? Yeah, Wally instance. Yeah, there you go, Wally instance. So, do I set that to be null somewhere? Destroy that. I do not set it to be null. So I'm going to set it to be null here. I'm going to set it to be null there. And then I'll add that property up here. So I'll say public game object Wally dead instance that. Okay. And then in here I'll say if game controller. So if we have a dead Wally, then what I want to do is I want to create a new attribute. Where's our objects? Our objects is there. So I want to create a new one here. But I just want to create two, because the top one, the RIP gravestone, that's actually in white. So I'm going to create new new ones here. So I'll grab that there, and instead of dead instance, Wally instance, I'm going to do a dead instance. And then what else we need to do? So we've got our X and Y, which is our is it that? Wally instance position minus, I'm not sure it is that. I'm saying that, but I don't know if I need that. I don't need the direction. Why do I have that there? Don't think I need that. I just had a brilliant idea. I don't need this. What I need to do is I need to use my plot. So the X and Y coordinates are going to be var X equals Wally instance transform dot position dot X divided by 8. That's going to get me the attribute X, and then var Y equals Wally instance divided by 8. But it's going to be the negative version of that, I think. Yeah. And then I can do plot and then specify the colors, so ink colors. And then it's going to be X and Y. And then the color is going to be palette 7. And the width is going to be how much is this? So we go back to our Where are we? Our mobs. No, don't want that. I want prefabs, mobs. Okay, so right, so our dead Wally is at that point there. So our X is actually sorry, our Y is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 above us. So -4, and that's going to be -2. And the width is going to be 4, and height is going to be 2. And then we want to do the same thing. X and Y, color, width and height. Why is it not like that? Oh, that's why. Because int and int net, and then this one here is going to be plot X and Y, but it's going to be X and Y +2 in this case, and then we want to make that yellow because that's what color Wally is, and that I'm hoping is the right directions. I think it's the right space. I think it's the right position, but we'll find out in just a sec. Okay. Almost. Okay. So instead of doing all of that, why don't I 3, make that 5, 3. And what we can do is we can actually move this up here. So there's our things there. So if it's in the background, doesn't really matter because it's going to get overwritten by whatever's in the foreground. So that the attributes, so that for example, the wheel is yellow, so it's going to overwrite whatever's there in the background. So it'll fix it. I'm missing the top part of that, so that's going to be -5, I guess. Okay. See if we get that. There we go. Perfect. Oh, boom. Awesome. All right, that's good. Another lost audio part. This is going well. Okay, so I start by adding game objects to Wally. These are going to act as ground probes to detect if Wally is or isn't on a platform, and we'll eventually use raycasting to detect those blocks. Each block will be associated with the walkable tag. This is just a user-defined tag that we can use to identify what objects the probe has touched. And if we touch anything with that tag, we know Wally is on solid ground. I initially used the physics static methods, but as we'll see, that was a mistake. And for those of you watching me struggle, of course we need to make this 2D, and make that 2D, and then we can chain all these together again. And add that to there. And then we can do return det and in. Concat that, and then we recast all. Blah 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 blah. Where is any? There we go. So all we want to do is what this does is we want to recast everything on the left ground probe. We also want to recast all on the right ground probe, so that if you're at least sitting on the left of the right ground probe, then all is good. Or at least there's a block underneath you. And then we join those together, so that's the concat there. And then we decide where this is walkable. And so this is the point where we check to see if any of these raycasts is walkable. That's where, and then that brings us back to a collection that contains the walkable raycasts. And then we want to check to see any of them. So if there's anything in there, if it contains any one of these, it contains a non-zero count of walkable items, we're good to go. So now when we run the game, we should be able to jump, and it will be exactly the same as it was before. So I jump, there we go, and you can see that he's working there. So if I jump here, of course, because it's going to hit that there. So we need to give it a number of units as well. So the distance is going to be 1. Let's make it 4F and 4F. Now the reason why I think it should be 4F is because that's half a block down. So that should be good enough to hit 1 and 1 only. So if it isn't on the platform, the state is now falling. And if state is jumping or falling, where are we? Jump time. We also want to stop X, so X is going to be 0. So we don't want to move on X, but we do want to continue this here. So if it's jumping or if it's falling, state is falling. And then at this point here, we want to stop. We want to check to see if the state was falling, and if it was falling, then we want to kill the player. So we want to say if state is falling, else we want to kill the player. And the way we do that is we do the exact same thing if you hit something. So, well, maybe not the exact same thing, but yeah, there you go. Wally killed. That's the one there. Wally killed. So then we tell it to kill Wally. So let's check this again. So if you are, so if the jump time is greater than 1, in other words, you're over the limit, we want to check to see if you're on a platform. And if you are on a platform, we want to check to see if you're falling. Now, initially you're not going to be falling, you're going to be jumping, because that's what the state is there. So you'll go into this state here, and then you'll land there, and that's fine. If you're not on a platform, we set you to falling, and we set the X update to be 0. So you can no longer move left and right. So now it comes back in here and you're falling, and then we check to see if you're on a platform, and you are not on a platform, so you continue to fall. And then if you are on a platform, we check to see if you're falling, and if you are falling, then we kill you. Okay. Well, we kill the player character. So let's give this a go. So we'll go up here. There we go. Oh. No, that's not good. Why does that happen? It shouldn't be falling. Let's see. Okay, so state is falling. All right. Jump time is that. So when did it get into there? Just pause that just now. And where's the play? Oh, right, okay, that's fine. So is it on platform? Oh, so I guess it's not then on the platform. So the platform is it's trying to figure out the probe position, which is this one here. So do I have to go further down then? Let's try 8. Actually, let's try. Let's have a static float probe. Let's do probe distance. And then down here we can then specify the probe distance, which is going to be our, whatever that's going to be, which is our field. And take that breakpoint off and run through it this time. Okay, let it compile. Oh, get a null reference there as well. Oops. Okay, I hit the object there, that doesn't count. Okay. Okay. There we go. Right. So we also need to make it so that if they're walking as well. So we do the jump, do this here, and then if you walk across here, it's fine. But as soon as I do the jump, that's when all the problems happen. So if I do the jump now, there you go. See, that's the issue. So I need to get it to do when it's walking as well. So what we can do here is we can do the exact same thing, but if you're walking. So if you're climbing, do this. Otherwise, if you're jumping, do this. Otherwise, if you're not climbing, then you want to do this. But I want to say if not is on platform, falling, x equals 0. If you're not on a platform, we want you to fall. wondering if I need that. You know what, I'm going to leave it in just now. That's not good. Clearly this is getting hit. I think it's because it's too much for this one now. I think we need like a short range version of it. Okay, we're gonna have to pass in that distance then. Let's do that. Yep. Okay. So we'll do this near ground fudge factor pixels. I don't think, do we use it? Okay, so it's less than 2. But we need to pass that into our is on platform. So for the falling one, it's fine. But for this one here, we need to pass it in. Sorry about the disjointed nature, by the way. If you look at the time code in the Windows time, the calendar, you'll see that there's been some minor time differences. Okay, so we go into here, and then instead of probe distance, which is, remember, probe distance is that, oh yeah, near ground fudge factor. So probe distance short, we need to call this one. And let's have this as that short. Okay, and then we'll pass in our probe distance. So we'll say float probe distance equals that. It's not going to let me do that because it's not const. Let's make that const. And we'll move these up a bit. Yeah, let's move them up to here. Okay, and then right, so that's the distance that goes in the default version of it. So we'll change that to there, and then this is called from in here, and then we'll call this probe distance short. So that'll pass that in when it's falling. Sorry, pass that in when it's walking, when Wally's walking. Okay. Ooh. Okay, we'll fix those later on. And we'll keep on trucking. Right, so, oh, well, that's not getting any good, is it? So as soon as he comes in here, he's dead. Well, okay. So if he's not on there, then he's falling. And then as soon as he's falling, he is in this state. And I check to see if he's falling, then he's killed. So if he's not on the platform, is that not marked as walkable? Is that the reason? I'm pretty sure it is walkable, but let's try it and see where it is. Okay, so oh, wait. That's weird. Hold up. Where's the blocks in the bottom? Right, pause it. Seen no blocks in the bottom. That seems a bit suspect. And there's no blocks there, no blocks anywhere else. Why are the blocks not there? Conveyor block is there. So now they're suddenly appearing. This seems a bit weird. What? When did this happen? So that's the spectrum screen there. So they're all there. All the blocks are there. They appear to be in the right place. If I scale this properly, I can only get it to 1.3, 1.4, 1.5. Okay, 1.5. They are a bit bunched up. No, that seem okay. Okay. Where are the blocks though? The blocks are being rendered, but they're not appearing in the level. That seems... They were there before though, weren't they? Hoist trim route. Oh, there we go. Okay, block prefab. Okay, so why is this not appearing? So these are walkable. Walkable. And these are all walkable as well. Okay. So Wally has got probe left, which is there. Oh, probe left is too far up, isn't it? Okay. So probe left. So probe short is 6 then. So is this... maybe this is just... Now I'm very confused. So this is the green represents the start positions for each of the left and the right probes that fire down into the ground. And the red circle represents the end. And you can see that the green and the red are, you know, the red's touching the ground, so it should find it. But what I'm finding is, I've added this code. I've added a couple of bits of code actually. So I've added some on draw gizmos to get the I'll just put that back in the screen there. That's the ones that show the green and the red circles. In here though, this keeps hitting. So if I set a breakpoint here and then let the game play, it just hits it. So so here's our positions here, and then we specify the probe distance, which is 6, which is fine. And we do left, and we do right, and then right has any, and you can see that right is now finding it. This was not working 2 seconds ago. Well, thanks very much for walking through this with me, you cardboard programmers, you. So this should return true. And it does. Because it's already gone in there. Oh, wait. No, it's not on platform circle. Wait, what? I'm so confused right now. Continue. So this is saying that it's not on the platform circle. Yeah, now it says it's 1. Okay. I'm really confused by this. Okay, let me do some further digging. Hopefully you can hear me over the chainsaw that's going on outside. I don't know what's happening. Alright, it is now several months later. A lot has happened. But we're still plugging away with this Automania. Right. Where I left you off is the update function. So the update function checks to see if we have touched anything. Am I in the right place? Yeah, I am. And it was not working. In fact, sorry, it's not the update function, is it? Is it the update function? I can't remember now. That's been a bit of a blur. Fixed update. That's it. So inside the fixed update, it does a whole bunch of tests, and one of the things it tests for is if you're jumping or falling and doing all this kind of stuff. So I got the probe stuff working. So this is my my probe to detect if you're touching the platform. All of this works, and it returns true if you are standing on a walkable thing, and if you're not standing on a walkable thing, then it returns false. The bit that I was struggling with was I didn't understand this part of the code when I was writing it, or I didn't understand what I was trying to do when I was writing this. And what I was trying to do was I was trying to get Wally to understand if he was falling because he was jumping, or if he was falling because he missed a platform. So what I've done is we already captured this jump initial Y. So I just checked to see if it is less, if the current position is less than -8. Sorry, less than the initial jump -8, which means that you're below the block level. Then you're currently free falling, like the Tom Petty song. And if you are free falling and you hit a platform, you're dead. And so what that translates to in the game is I've turned off I've turned invincibility on here, so you'll probably see me clipping some of the bad guys like this. It means that when I walk up here and then I jump off here, Wally now does a swan dive and then dies at the end there. But everything else is fine. He can walk along the platforms normally. And when you make the platform, actually I haven't tried this bit yet. I've only tried the failure. Oh, no, I didn't make that one. Okay, so I think I know what's wrong with that one, and it's because those ones don't have the collisions on them. So I'm going to add the collisions to them and make them walkable, and that should fix that. So let's do that just now. So this is inside our prefab, our conveyor here, our conveyor block. So we see that we have our conveyor block does not have a box collider. So I'm going to add a box collider 2D there, and I'm going to tag it as walkable. So it's walkable, box collider, all that kind of stuff, and the size is going to be 8 by 8 because that's how much a block grid is. And now, hopefully, that fixes it, and Wally can now catch it. There'll be a little bit of a kind of grace as well because these edge ones aren't actually fully 8 pixels. We could probably fix that, but we'll see. There we go. And so now Wally can pick these things up and he can jump and so on. So now we're getting the sort of workings of the game here, and I can just walk through them because I've got invincibility, and I can walk up here and then add the panel. There we go. So it's come together. I think the next step is to get the falling objects that are in this room, get that working, and yeah, just move on from there. Just keep on ticking off things off the list. But I'm going to leave this video just now because it's taken me. Well, you'll see how long it is if you look at the timestamp at the bottom there. It's currently the 15th of November when I'm recording this, so it's been a while since my last video. But if you like this series, don't forget to give it the thumbs up, and if you want to hit the hype button as well. That helps as well. And of course, if you want timely reminders when I put something new up, then don't forget to hit the subscribe and notification bell, and YouTube will work its wonders and let you know when I put a new video up. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your comments as well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.